Peace, beautiful beings. Welcome back to another video. Today is the long-awaited pregnancy Q&A. We have your questions from numerous YouTube videos. We're going to stick to the one where we announced that we were having baby number 2. And I asked you all to ask us questions about this pregnancy. You've been waiting for it ever since. So let's get right into it.
With bated breath.
I have mi computadora here to look at the questions that you asked. And here we go. Let me begin by saying none of this stuff is medical advice or anything that I think you should go home and do for yourself. This is all we're doing for our family, what has worked for us, what's going to work for us, what we believe in. And, take it with a grain of salt. Go do your own research. I'll drop some resources below
Always
for different
do your
things.
own research.
And I look forward to reading your comments and having discussions, and hopefully everything can stay chill.
It will.
It will.
Yeah, we have the chillest demographic of people watching this.
We do.
In the world.
We do.
The universe.
Mm-hmm. First question. Are we going to have another home birth?
That's the plan.
Yes, we are going to plan a home birth. In the description, I will put the link to Aura's birth, her birth video. You'll see that we didn't end up birthing her in the home. She was having her process of labor and it was 3.5 days. Our plan was to go into the hospital on day 4, get checked, make sure everything was cool. Because by then I started to get in my head, I really would like to get checked. It's been a while, even though now I know that normal first baby physiological births can last 3 days. It can last 4 days. I know some women that have had 6-7 day long births. You don't see that. And so it doesn't feel normal because there are so many more births happening in the hospital, and hospitals will never let you go that long. But it is safe to have a long process if certain markers, are being met as far as the health of mama and baby. So I hadn't really internalized that knowledge with Aura's birth. So she ended up being born in the hospital vaginally. Always good, that video is in the description below. But this time, this question is asking, if so, what will you be doing differently this time around?
Well, we'll have a jacuzzi now, whereas we had a regular kiddie pool last time. That would be different. We don't know if we're actually going to use it, but we have it if we were so inclined.
Yeah, it's up in the air that it might be really nice to use the hot tub because it's temperature controlled. And so right now it's at 103 degrees. And that just feels really good to get in. But obviously we wouldn't do the birth that way. You can drop it all the way down to 85, I think. So we would drop it all the way down to a safe temperature. First we would empty it so there's no chlorine in it, clean it out really well, and then fill it with fresh water, and then have it already temperature controlled. It might be a really nice place to birth actually, because it's a temperature controlled big giant tub.
It's a big giant pool.
The only problem is that it's outside, so there would be a time where I'm gonna be in it and have to walk to the tub.
Yeah, it's pretty cold
in the
February,
cold,
January,
and get in really quick. I mean, it's right outside the door, but it's still until you get in. And then once baby's born, that would be unfortunate to be we're freezing coming back in the house.
So it's an option, and it's something that is different than the first time.
Yeah.
I think also the personnel on hand has changed.
Totally. The first time it was us two and my mother and my aunt, and that was it. We had let our midwife go at around 27 weeks, and there were no other birth supports here. But this time I do have a birth worker friend that may or may not be in attendance. We're not banking on it, but it is a possibility for this person to come and hold some space because they have attended many births. And then we've got some friends up in the air that we might have come. We haven't made our decision yet. Maybe a couple of doulas that are in our brains kind of circling around if maybe we would have one of them come and attend. But my mother will be here to really be on Aura duty more than anything, so that Aura has someone who's focusing on her nonstop so that he can really tune into me.
You're going for an orgasmic birth this time, as opposed to, I don't even think you knew what that was last time.
I knew what that was. I didn't believe in pain-free births as much as I do now, knowing what I know, speaking to as many women as I can possibly find who have had those births, learning a lot more about the fear pain cycle and knowing more about the oxytocin pleasure cycle and what it takes to get to those realms and how thin of a line pain and pleasure really is. And so I look forward to trying my best and experimenting with releasing fear, relaxing into the birth, choosing the sensations, and reframing them as intensity instead of pain. It'll be something.
It'll be something. And I think it's a video, that's a standalone video right there on orgasmic birth and what you've learned, how you plan to incorporate. I don't know if you want to do it afterwards, so you can.
I think after. We'll see if it's something I achieve, and then I would absolutely love to talk about it, because it does seem like the unicorn of the birth world.
Yeah.
But there are a ton of people who achieve it.
Yeah.
It is really not as much of a unicorn as we think it is, but it is a lot more of a unicorn in hospital births because of all the interventions, all the ways your natural oxytocin release, which is what relieves the pain, are disturbed in a hospital. So, and most people maybe at home are having hospital births, so that's why you're like, there's no way a pain-free birth exists. We'll talk about it. But if you've had an orgasmic, a blissful, a pain-free, an easeful birth, comment below your tips. I would love to hear them.
I'm sure everybody would love to hear your tips.
Please, I can't wait to read the comments and hear from you, because we're all conditioned for the television, like screaming your head off in the hospital. Everyone's running around. It's an emergency. Ridiculous narrative of what birth is supposed to look like. Thanks for popping into the Q&A. I hope you learned something or feel inspired or just feel excited for us and our family as we welcome baby 2. I wanted to give a quick shout out to an app that's been really wonderful during this pregnancy I want you all to know about. It's called Aura Health. Aura Health is an all-in-one app for your well-being and your sleep. It's got meditations, stories, expert coaches, therapists from around the world, life coaching, breath work. There's a lot packed into this app that can help you no matter what stage of life that you're in. I've been using it the most for sleep, anxiety, and stress, especially anxiety that's coming up for this pregnancy. There are amazing affirmations to help me relax and get into that beta state. I highly recommend it to all of you out there. I also especially love the motivational tracks and the gratitude and affirmation tracks. There are hundreds of different offerings on there, hundreds of different coaches, therapists, storytellers that you can look and find what resonates with you. So you can use my link below in the description to sign up for Aura Health, and I hope you love it. Thank you to Aura Health for supporting me on my journey of well-being and sleep and bringing this new baby into the world. Do we know if it is a boy or a girl?
No, we don't.
No, we do not.
We think it's a boy.
What do you think about the baby? Do you want it to be a boy or a girl?
Good.
And what if it's a boy?
I don't like boys.
You don't like boys. Well, if it's a boy, you're going to love them so much, right?
No!
Any strong feelings about the gender? I can't tell if it's just because it's what I want or if it's what's actually happening, but it does feel like this is like a strong warrior boy in here. And I'd be very happy if it was. But also, we're down to raise 2 girls, if that's...
Very much so.
If that's what our life ends up being.
Sister.
Okay.
Were you planning on having a second? What were your first symptoms?
Yes, we were planning on having this one. Aura was a happy surprise, and it was nice to switch things up a bit and actually plan for this one. Yes, we had gotten back together pretty early in this year and then conceived this baby in May. A lot of y'all are like, y'all didn't waste any time, and I will sit in that honesty of that fact.
You did not.
We didn't waste any time.
So what?
The love was there. We were ready to unify our family again, and in that unification came the desire to bring another ancestor forward so that Aura has company. We were never truly interested in raising an only child. Matt had that experience and is not interested in recreating that for our child. And I had the opposite experience of having little siblings and how awesome it was. And so we want her to have that, and we wanted to have
absolutely
another child.
Yeah.
What were my first symptoms? I knew that I was pregnant before I even took any tests or anything, because I think we really hit the window and we knew we had
emphasis on hit.
We had a lot of beautiful cosmic signs that another soul was coming to us throughout the process of conception. And so it kind of was just always sitting in my heart that okay, the deed has been done.
Yeah.
It was a lot more easeful the beginning of pregnancy than Aura's was. With Aura, I was sick pretty much right off the bat, maybe like 6 to 7 weeks pregnancy, morning sickness, all day sickness, fatigue, all that. Up until like 14 weeks, I started to feel like a normal functioning human. With this one, I had a tiny little bit of queasiness in the beginning, like the first 6 to 8 weeks, until I started taking my liver pills consistently. And that was a game changer. Shout out to you, Ariel, if you're watching. One of my herbalist friends, Ariel, was like, with her second baby, she found a hack that she would get up and as soon as she woke up, she would take her liver pills, like regular dehydrated beef liver in capsules every morning before her body even had the chance to start that process of getting sick, because it is said that morning sickness is correlated to a mineral deficiency. There's a lot. I'm not even gonna go down the rabbit hole of all of that, but it just means get your minerals in, and beef liver is one of the most minerally dense foods on the planet. And so it worked for her and it freaking worked for me. And I would forget some days and I would feel it instantly and I would run like to take like 4 liver capsules. So I'll have a link below for you for the liver capsules I like, because a lot of them on the market, Amazon or whatever, are you want to know the person who is raising these cows. This friend of mine who raises her cows, and everything is just done really nicely. It's not like any big factory type of situation. So this person is asking, I would love to know about plant medicines during pregnancy and breastfeeding, if you'd like to talk about it. And I would be interested in as well if you are still consuming things like raw milk. Great question. The plant medicine one is a little deeper, but I will say that I am an advocate for the use of entheogenic mushrooms during pregnancy at a microdose level. And indigenously in many different countries, many maestros, medicine women, curanderos, and as would serve pregnant women in the village, would even serve young children and throughout their growing process. So there's a lot of stigma about it. I can also link below some resources from my dear friend Michaela, and a friend of mine who I facilitate ceremonies with of mushrooms, who has more resources on her online platform about pregnancy and microdosing and motherhood and microdosing and all that, if you want to learn about it. Educational purposes only. Raw milk, yes, I'm drinking it. And that's why I think this baby's gonna be bigger than Aura was. She was 7.8 pounds and this baby is strong. Like the kicks, the movements that I feel like what Aura felt like at like 35 weeks. And I'm 29 weeks. So I don't know. I have a feeling that this is a bigger baby. A lot of times second baby is bigger. So it could be an 8-pounder. It could be even bigger than that. But I've been packing it in with nutrition a lot better than I was with Aura. I have raw milk. I'm not afraid of it. I have oysters. We should go get that tonight. It's too late.
Yeah, we bought that dinner to make tonight.
Oh yeah, we did. Dang, as soon as I said it, I was like, ugh. Oysters, all the seafood, all the fish, all of the organs, good animal fats, just like the stuff that has the highest mineral density. When you have a pregnancy, this baby takes 10% of your total mineral stores. It's what leaves us feeling so sick, tired, and depleted during and after pregnancy. And so I think a part of me feeling like I can really do things this time, and we'll see how postpartum feels, is because I've been having real animal nutrition. That video is coming next. What tests or labs do you think are necessary to get during pregnancy? I don't want to waste any money on unnecessary checkups that are largely based in fear, as I truly believe this pregnancy is going to go well for me, but I also don't want to be negligent. Thank you. Great question. I don't think any tests or labs are important, because as you've seen in some of my pregnancy vlogs before this, I haven't gone into the doctor or any office to be tested at all throughout this pregnancy. I don't think that they are important. The risk outweighs the benefit, because there's very little that we can do while this baby is growing in utero that we might learn through some testing. A lot of the testing that's happening in the beginning is going to be showing you some chromosomal defects, or things that might make some people want to discontinue their pregnancy, knowing what they know about the child. We're not interested in that type of redirection. If this baby has any sort of condition, Down syndrome, or all the things, I can't even think of anything cerebral palsy, whatever it may be, that will be our baby, and we will love that baby, and we will love that child. And I'm not interested in discontinuing a pregnancy because we learned about something that we can't really help. Ultrasounds are not near as tested as they need to be. They are not as safe as I would hope them to be, from my knowledge, and it is very, very stressful on the baby. And it's not something that when you look into an ultrasound, like there's nothing really that we need to see that can be fixed in utero. All that stuff has to wait until baby's born anyway. So for me, I'm not interested in any ultrasounds as well. We're not gonna figure out the sex of the baby until the baby's born. I have full trust in my body that my body's doing everything that it needs to do properly, the same way babies have been born since the beginning of humankind. The glucose test that you get is incredibly toxic and terrible for the body. That test like gives you diabetes instead of like looking for gestational diabetes. It's awful. I'm just not interested in being poked and prodded and treated like an experiment.
Yeah.
It does not make me feel safer. And I understand many of you out there who are pregnant or who have gone through pregnancy, it makes you feel safer to have this testing and to be guided through the process. And that is what's for you, and that's beautiful that you felt safe in that process. I do not feel safe in that process. So that is what I'm doing.
What will postpartum look like regarding support and help?
We are going to have a lot more help this time around. I think I underestimated the magnitude of postpartum last time. And we were like, okay, we'll just have my family and they'll just help, and that's it. This time, we've got people on a schedule. We have my mom flying in, we've got friends flying in, we've got already help that's gonna be coming in and being ready for us to help, to cook, to clean, to help with everything. All right, well, that's it for pregnancy Q&A number 1. There's a chance that I will do a follow-up. So in the comment section, let me know if you have follow-up questions to what today's video was. We just wanted to get the main pillars out of the way that everyone's been asking us about.
Yep.
I look forward to reading the comments and having a
Healthy
conversation with all of you. Baby says bye-bye. Time to eat some dinner.
Yeah, thanks for watching.
Peace.
Later.